we're gonna go through some Rate Your Music stuff. The most acclaimed album that the people love. The people. I'm gonna start off with the newest one that I heard about last night. They're loving it. 3.5 almost. The Fall Off by Jermaine Cole. Now, this album, I just want to say, is probably the best thing I heard by this dude ever. Period. I listened to KOD when it came out. One group of friends said it was absolute trash. The other group said it was the best album ever. And I thought it was absolute trash. I didn't understand it. I still don't understand it. It's just there's other rappers that do better. I've said this before. But this one, he was singing, which was terrible. One song called, it was 39 intro, I believe. Fucking singing, and then there's like a beat switch like 4 minutes in. It almost pissed me off, but 2-6 was cool. I thought Bombs in the Ville was cool. I thought Lonely at the Top was cool. And like, that's it. Alchemist did one of these beats. It was whatever. 3.5 stars already. People giving it 4 stars. And if you look at most of these reviews, it's children. I didn't realize how much children it is, but it's children. Children like J. Cole. Mixed feelings. J. Cole has proved to be a very good rapper, and this is an excellent album. I really mean that. I truly believe this in a magnificent way. I'm not gonna show the fucking name because I don't want to promote the bullying of children. I say they gave it a 4.5, and then they are 15. This is a 15-year-old. And it's not their fault, you know what I mean? Like, I was a kid too. I would do shit like this when I was a kid. It's just the fact that there's grown-ass adults older than me trying to tell me this dude is amazing. Now, if we go to my old comment section too, I could go in the J. Cole short I did, one of the Rage Bait shorts I did. L take for sure. Shave that peach fuzz off your chin and stop disrespecting the greatest rapper of our generation. Wow, 984 clowns follow this guy. Dude, just tell him fucking J. Cole sucks. And then I'm learning that the only people more angry than the J. Cole fans are the Rage Against the Machine fans. But there's this one song too where he raps like he's Biggie and he's talking to Tupac. I didn't listen to it all the way through. I thought it was so fucking stupid. Greatest album of all time comes full circle. Album that has a sound heavily reminiscent of 2014 Forest Hill Drive, but with more mature topics. 22 years old. Oh gosh, bro. This dude's 24, listening to Electric Wizard dope. Oh my gosh, bro. This J. Cole album, man, it is very mediocre. Like, it's definitely like a fucking 2.5 to a 3, you know? It is also fucking 2 hours long. He thinks he's Tupac, bro. What is going on? It's not Wu-Tang Forever, bro. But if it's his retirement album, it's whatever. He talks about some interesting things. I do want to point out too, some of those fucking songs took like at least 7 people to make one song. I do like the jazz samples. Some of the beats are cool. A lot of the beats are fucking middle of the road, middle ground beats where you take fucking jazz or soul or funk and you add terrible trap fucking drums. Honestly, it's probably J. Cole's best album. My friend said this is definitely J. Cole. This is J. Cole sounding like J. Cole, I believe is what he said. So, you know, and I'm gonna agree with them. This is a J. Cole that sounds like a J. Cole. Enjoy retirement, brother. You deserve it. Let's dive into some more, perhaps less contemporary albums. Let's go to the best albums of all time. And we got number 1, Kendrick Lamar. Well, we're talking about J. Cole, we're talking about Kendrick. See, I think some people maybe think that I think Kendrick Lamar is like, oh, he's the real big 3. I think Kendrick Lamar sucks too. Now, To Pimp a Butterfly, here's the deal. Here's the dealio. I love Knowledge, the producer. One of my favorite beat makers ever, period. Without Knowledge, I probably wouldn't be into music as much because he was one of those people that got me listening more. I love Thundercat too. I think Thundercat is extremely underrated. He's of a different time. Like, really. Could have worked with the people back in the 70s, in the 80s. Who he works with now is just who's contemporary to the time, but I really do believe he was like dropped in a weird fucking era. I don't give a fuck about No To Pimp a Butterfly. I'm gonna be real with you. Even with all the production creds, even with all the cool features and like it's the best, To Pimp a Butterfly to me is like the definition of you don't have to like what everyone else likes. You know, when I was a kid, I had this on record. I had To Pimp a Butterfly on wax. Then I got older, man, and I was like, I don't really give a fuck about this. Like, I don't really care about this, bro. The conscious hip hop, right? You go to that tag and you got Low End Theory right there. Why the fuck would I listen To Pimp a Butterfly when I can listen to Tribe, you know? You know, people are just attracted to this popular shit now. I think people need to go out and listen to Tribe and Mos Def, you know, and Common and Public Enemy and, you know, all that shit. I think that would be a smart idea. Because this Kendrick Lamar shit, you don't have to like it because it's popular. I understand, like, it's the production and the grandiose of it all. Like, it's such a big, monumental, you know. But for me, like, I like music that sounds like, you know, I'm at a small venue and it's with me rather than at me or against me, you know. I don't really give a fuck about no To Pimp a Butterfly. I'm sorry. All right, so we got King Crimson in the court of Crimson King. I think King Crimson also sucks. That's see. Here's the deal with these Rate Your Music albums. Oh, we should like this because we're supposed to like it. I was the same way, you know. I liked certain albums when I was a kid that I had to like, and then a lot of the shit I grew out of, and then the shit that I still like to this day, it's like, okay, like, they made it. You know what I mean? Like Kiss made it. Kiss really made it from when I was a kid to now. I still like fucking Kiss. I still like Billy Cobham. Minor Threat, I still like Minor Threat. I like MF Doom still. Like, I like Jay Dilla still. Shit, there's been music I found 3 years ago that I thought was fucking awesome that I would never listen to again today. The shit that sticks with you, man, that's the good shit. But anyways, King Crimson, progressive rock, bullshit. I don't give a fuck about progressive rock. The only progressive anything I like is maybe you got like some progressive elements in like brutal death metal, you know, or like you could do, I guess if you want to get progressive with jazz. Progressive rock, man, that's just some bullshit, bro. Like I've listened to this album a few times, like 12-minute songs, bro, dumbass fucking sound effects, dumbass fucking instruments that don't need to be there, just jerking each other off because they can. Like, get that shit out of here, bro. It's so masturbatory to me, you know? And take an album like Jaco Pastorius, I think it's self-titled, where he's kind of noodling and being masturbatory too. But Jaco Pastorius, it's like, okay, but he's also the best bass player ever. Also, there's never gonna be a bass player that's as good as that. So get used to the fucking jerking of himself off, because once he is gone, there's nobody else. It's just like Dilla and Hendrix. Oh my gosh, Jimi Hendrix jerking his guitar off. It's Jimi Hendrix. The fuck you talking about? He's jerking the guitar off. Like, once they're gone, that's it. There's no replacement. So there's certain people I think that get the pass, but no, King Crimson, bro, that's some bullshit, bro. You know, I think Frank Zappa too. That's the real line where it's Zappa, and you can do like Captain Beefheart or whatever the fuck. But then, you know, once you King Crimson, I don't know. It's not as cool. It doesn't have the charm. Dark Side of the Moon, man. Let me tell you a little something. I wasn't alive in the '70s, so I don't know what it was like to smoke a fuck ton of weed and, you know, be wondering what's going on with Charles Manson and all that. And I'm gonna say the same thing with fucking Abbey Road. I don't know what that's like. I'm gonna say what Fenris said, bro. Drums in the '70s is just the peak of how drums sounded, bro. I don't know what happened. Technology advanced so far, but for some fucking reason, drums sound the best in the '70s. And that Dark Side of the Moon album, haven't listened to it in a while. I can fuck with psychedelic rock, you know? It sounds so good. Like, to my ears, sonically, it sounds so good. I know it says art rock and progressive rock, but like, I don't know, it's just psychedelic rock to me. I guess I could see the progressive, whatever. It's way, to me, it's different than that King Crimson one, but yeah, man, I just remember how the instrument sounded. I was like, what the fuck, this sounds amazing. My Bloody Valentine trash. If you like this shit, you're dumb. And the Beatles, Abbey Road. The only thing I'm gonna say about this one is there was a fucking girl I worked with, bro. Oh my gosh. She would play a shitty fucking cover of Come Together. I don't know who it was by, but every morning at UPS on the loudspeaker, bro. It would drive me fucking crazy. I can't stand that fucking person, bro. Oh my gosh, bro. And it's my boy's fault because he was like, oh, maybe you should play music. Why would you tell her that, bro? So I would bring my JBL speaker in and we'd go on the very end, and we were far enough it would overshadow it, thank God. I appreciate y'all watching this video. I guess I'm gonna keep going with this series probably, and we'll just keep going through these lists and talking about music. Hit that subscribe button. I appreciate y'all. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.